I'm Father Marcel Taillon from the Diocese of Providence, and I'm here at the priest retreat in Ars, France, and I'm going to take you on a tour of the rectory where John Vianney lived and died, and it's pretty much exactly as it was before. You might hear some of the children in the background as we start. John Vianney started a little school for girls. It's now co-ed, called the School of Providence, the Providence of God. You can hear the children on recess. School still functioning, and let's take a walk inside the rectory where John Vianney lived and prayed and died. Here you're looking at the rectory kitchen, and the kitchen was not used much by Father Vianney because he took most of his meals with the children in the school and fasted. Very much part of his life was fasting. What he did eat here, whenever he did eat, famous for his single potato for lunch and very simple meals, but you can see the simplicity in the kitchen is exactly as it was when he used it. These are all original pieces and furniture that he used during his life and his service. And here we have St. John Vianney's bedroom and study. This is actually the room and the bed in which he died on August 4th. This was also the place where we know from many people that he suffered attacks by the devil, and this was actually the room and where that happened in, but also a great room of prayer. And you'll notice he had great devotion to many, many saints, especially St. Philomena. We built a chapel for in his church, and these are original, except for a couple of additions of bishops that after he died, he had a great devotion to saints, which is very noteworthy. Again, the very bed that he died in is in this room. You see the furniture he used. There was a wealthy woman in town who he had sold most of the things to feed the poor, but she had provided these pieces for him so that he would have something to live with and to use himself. What we've done now, we're in one of the rooms inside the rectory that's been converted to show us some of the things that John Vianney used. One of the things about John Vianney, he was so spiritual and so humble, but he spared no expense for liturgy. He really was the only place where there was great money spent aside from the poor in a school. This is a coat that he used during the last year of his life. You see there's a vestment here for Mass, two of them from 1826 and 1827. And then this is a very special thing which he wrote about as well. This is an original, his Out for Mass, that was made by his own mother in 1810. He had a great devotion to his own mother as well as the Blessed Mother, so this was very, very special to him. Some of the things here are not his. It's mixed in with some things of people that have given from devotion, but you'll see his umbrella is here. His traveling bag is very simple. His hat that he wore for the rain. His simple trunk. His shoes are here. His shoes are very worn. He even sewed his own cassock again and again in the shoulders. This is it right here. This is his cassock. You can see he sewed it himself where it came apart. He used the same one throughout his life. And was very frugal in that way. It's funny, he had the best vestments for Mass, but himself, his own clothes were very, very simple. You see some other things here. His breviary right here that he used. And he had bought this image of the crucifixion. He went to Spain on pilgrimage himself, and he loved this image. It's Christ, a very bloody Christ in Spanish form. He had a great devotion to this image, and this is the original that he often prayed with. These are things more, his validation of his ordination was done very quietly, as you might know. And these are all different things from people that have devotions to him. John Vianney did not let any pictures be taken of him during his life. So the images that you see of him after he died, they took a mask of his face. And there's one picture in the museum of him truly present with his body, but he didn't allow anyone to take pictures of him during his life. This is part of his humility. So all these images of John Vianney are people that were devoted to him at the end of his life. You might know Ars had 100,000 visitors the last year he was alive for confessions and things. So immediately after his death, people began to make images of him, really literally in a few days after. So it was really, all these things were very beautiful from devotions that people have to him. And this room is very special. This is the actual bed that St. John Vianney experienced attacks by the devil, and the bed was actually burned by Satan at one point, and some of the people have taken pieces of it in the past for relics and things. That's why some of it's missing, but this is really the bed where all that took place. Also very importantly in this room is his original casket that is to the left of the bed, and it's a very simple wooden coffin. So this was where he was placed after his death. death. And at the foot of the bed here, it's hard to see, but there's the only picture taken of John Vianney was right after he died. There were 3 photographers present, and that is the authentic picture of him right after his death. He's obviously been removed from this casket and his relics and things. He's over in the parish church right next door to where we are right now. But this is a very sacred and special room, and also shows commemorations of the beginning of his life all the way until his death, and his final elevation to blessed and to sainthood. What you're looking at now is the devotees of Father Vianney have put together what comprises really his daily schedule, which is pretty rigorous. You'll notice that he heard confessions of women for 3 hours, then went to had Mass and prayers, then confessions of men, taught catechism, and you'll note probably the most important thing that's striking to us in today is he only scheduled 3 hours a day for sleep, between 3 and 5 hours a day. And imagine that the enormity of, by the end of his life, thousands of people coming here every day for Mass and for his confession. So it's a great testimony to his daily schedule and his self-sacrifice during his priestly ministry. Just behind me is this special chapel. We're just near to the rectory now, and the parish is directly in front of the parish church, but this is a special chapel. It was built to house the heart of St. John Vianney. For the priest retreat that's going on right now in ours, the heart has been brought into the place where we're all praying and praying together. It's very beautiful. But this is a great chapel. It's open every day, and I see a lot of